back to ancient China. So today we're going to be talking about Confucianism. Chris, do you want to tell us a little bit about who founded the religion?
Well, Lauren, I think we should begin with what Confucianism is.
Okay, then begin.
Well, Confucianism is a religion that dates back to the 6th century BCE. And it's rooted in the belief of unequal relationships and also rooted in the power of moral behavior. Wait, who was the leader? I remember. I am Confucius!
Oh, cool. Not to sound like rude, but what did you do?
Well, it all began with me being born in 551 BC during the autumn period. My home is Lu, a regional state of eastern China. I started off with being a chief counselor to the rulers of Lu, which eventually led me to more appointments by the government. Not that y'all will care. I was a minister of crime, to say the least. I was excellent at my job. Unfortunately, like everyone else, I had family issues, so I resigned because I couldn't take it anymore. I wrestled power away from legitimate rule. Actions of my family was transgressive. So I became willing to fight for power for the ruler restored. All of a sudden, a clash took place in 488, a little rusty on that, BCE. A plan steering towards self-ruin backfired.
Much later.
The family suspected me, so I had no choice but to leave my position at home. Then I went a long journey of 14 years searching for rulers who would accept my influences and vision. Zhou dynasty put in framework and held together all my family ties, eventually helping me to get where I am done. I am literally God.
According to ChinaHighlights.com, Confucius studied 6 main arts including archery, arithmetic, charioteering, ritual, and calligraphy. In addition, he also studied poetry and history. The fact that he was highly knowledgeable is evident in a wide range of his works and teachings.
Actually, there are no gods or goddesses in Confucianism. I mean, there's a force called the Tao, or also known as the Great Ultimate. You were worshipped more like a spirit, not a god.
Wait, why were there temples if they didn't worship a person?
Well, they were used more as places to perform civic rituals.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey guys. Have y'all talked about the treatment of women throughout the religion?
No, I don't think so.
I swear to finally join us.
Well, actually, I was stuck in ancient China because the Lorens forgot to bring me back.
Oops.
Women in the Confucius society were seen mainly as homemakers, and their main role was to support their male counterparts. For example, a woman's first obedience is to her father before she is married, to her husband while she is married, and to her son after her husband dies. Also, women didn't have much or any power outside of their home. In the case of many elite women, they were forced to have their foot broken and reshaped multiple times. This process is called foot binding and was very prevalent from the 10th century on. This was a sign of power and wealth for the elites in Confucian society because it didn't allow for the women to ever work a physically demanding job.
I'm so glad we were treated better. I could not take both of my feet being broken.
So, we know it originated in ancient China, but how and where did it spread?
So Confucius attracted a group of followers, and then they compiled all his ideas into a book, and scholars later elaborated on it, and bureaucracy formed around it and helped spread it through educational systems.
And didn't it spread from China to Korea, Vietnam, and Japan?
Yeah.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to teach some of my friends about Confucianism.
I still don't know the beliefs and values of Confucianism.
Well, I do!
Enlighten us, Chris.
You know what? I don't want to. I don't.
Fine, I will. The religion was based off of filial piety, which is the bond between people who are to be respected. The key was unequal relationships such as father and son, husband, wife, older and younger brother, ruler and subject. If the superior party, also known as the father, in the relationship behaves with sincerity and genuine concern for other people, then the inferior son party becomes motivated to respond with obedience. Family is a model for political life. Education is a big part of the belief, particularly language, literature, history, philosophy, and ethics applied to government. Also, many rituals and ceremonies were performed in Confucianism.
Okay, I think we got it.
Yeah, thanks, Laura.
You know, Buddhism's actually also...
No! Go run!
Oh my god,
Lauren, what happened?
my father died.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
so
I'm
sorry.
Lauren. You okay? How are you holding up?
I'm not even that sad. I'm just mad that my brother inherits all the money.
So, social structure is Confucianism, right? Women exist to serve men. That's the idea, right? Men are there to protect the family, do everything they need to. Women are simply there to assist and help. Now, this doesn't reflect my beliefs, only the ones of Confucianism. Now, social structure does get a little more complex when you bring in merchants, farmers, kings, and all that stuff into the mix. But yeah, that's the social structure.
Let's see if anyone can answer this question about Confucianism. Where was it regionally dominant by 1450? Confucianism was mostly dominant in China and Korea by 1450. Many aspects of Chinese culture had spread to Vietnam, Japan, and Korea, but the religion only dominated societal views in Korea. Now for a short break.
Now let's get back to it.
Confucianism shaped China's bureaucracy. It was a central element in educational systems. This knowledge was the basis for exams for the official positions in government, raising the standards. In the end, only young men who came from wealthy families could afford schooling to gain knowledge on the government policies. The emperor's job was to keep taxes down, administer justice, and more. Failing to do so meant that he forfeited to the mandate of heaven. Does that make sense to you, Will? Will.
Will. Wake up. You up, dog?
Bro, I just had the craziest dream.
Okay.
Confucius was the founder of the religion and went on a 14-year-long journey to find rulers that would accept his teachings. There are actually no gods or goddesses in Confucianism, but they believe in a spirit called the Great Ultimate. The main belief of the religion was that bonds between people are to be respected and are very important, which is an attitude known as filial piety. The religion started in China and spread through Confucian's followers. By 1450, Confucianism had also spread to Vietnam, Japan, but mainly in Korea. Confucianism also created a social structure where women were expected to support their men and fathers and sons were supposed to respect and learn from each other. Confucianism had a lasting effect in China by creating a bureaucratic government and raising the standards for government officials by making them have to pass the civil service exam.
Moral of the story, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Don't teach a man to fish, feed yourself. Fishing's not that hard.